Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Wednesday, February 26th. It is 6:21 right now. We got market opening up in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. Looks like we are good to go here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Link is sent out. And we are good to go. So, all right, as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up. Put it over here. This will be 1 hour. Down to the 30-minute. Down to the 15. Down to the 10-minute. And back down to the 1 minute here. All right, looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, February 26th. It is 6:24 right now. We have market opening up in about 6 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at 43,771. Closest level of liquidity below is at 43,719. Let me see if there was news for today. And there's like low impact news right there. I'm not really going to mark that up because I don't want that to be in the way. But yeah, there's low impact news here at 4 o'clock. Let me check real quick if there is actual reaction to it. Not really, so I'm not going to mark that up. We have high impact news coming up at 7 o'clock, new home sales and new home sales month over month. And then gas stock change at 7:30, which happens every Wednesday. So we've got news over here at 7 o'clock. Right here at 7:30. All right, let's see who is here so far. Uh, let's see. Morning, Christian. Morning, Lila. Morning, Siobhan. Morning, Sam. Morning, Michael. Yeah, no, definitely. Good to have you trading here with us. Yeah, if we see anything good, I'll mark it up for you. I will call out the breakout. I'm not going to be taking it, but if you do want to take it, I'll call it out for you. Breakout just isn't my type of strategy. I don't like holding on to something like that I don't have much control over. Um, it's a good strategy and it's been yielding profits, but you do have to have sort of a big bankroll to play that type of strategy because you will go on some drawdown streaks and it eats up your account pretty heavily. But all right, guys. So let's see. We got market opening up in about 4 minutes. Looking at current price so far, we have the buyers in control from this point below. And it looks like we have the sellers pushing price right back down. So we had buyers in control here from 617, pushing price up for basically the last 10 minutes. Obviously, we have the sellers in control right here. Buyers in control right here. Sellers back in control right here. And buyers in control right there. So you guys can kind of see the wave of price movement. Sellers, buyers, and then back into sellers here, it looks like. So with that said, we'll know the direction of the breakout shortly in about 2 minutes. Kind of just depends on how this sell signal here closes. Looking at the overall trend here, so looking at the trend, we currently have a bearish trend on the 4-hour time frame. Prices below the pivots, trend meters red, pivots are angling down. The trend is neutral on the 1 hour. The trend is bullish on the 30-minute. It is bearish on the 10-minute, 5 minutes bearish, and 1 minute bearish here as well. So we have a bit of a mixed overall trend with regard to pretty much all the time frames here. Lower time frames are bearish. 1 hour is neutral and the 4-hour is bearish. So it's pretty mixed, but it looks like they are all starting to shift to the bearish side. And we'll see what happens here shortly. Looking over here at the market profile. So make sure everything here listed. Okay, so looking over here on the market profile, price is around the value low. So price might come down from here and swing back up, hit the point of control. That's a possibility. Looking over here on actually this is a 30-minute. So yeah, price is below here on the 1 minute over here. What's up, Rag? Morning. Here on the 1 minute, price is also at the value low. So price is currently at this low point. We might see this swing back up, or you might see price drop a little further before it swings back up. But eventually, we'll probably swing back up, back to the point of control, because it is at the value low right now. Volumes at value low. Main charts right here. We actually don't have too much volatility at the moment. I'll mark up the SRs a little later. All right, guys, so the breakout for today is going to be a buy for anybody who's looking to take it. We have a pending sell signal here, but the breakout is set for a buy if anybody plans on taking it. So not in this position, but I'm going to mark it up for you guys here. I'll mark up the 50-50 for those of you who want to go for that 1-to-1. Breakout's currently running in profit. So we'll come back and take a look at this later. Again, I'm not in the breakout. I'm just marking it up for you guys here. It's a little bit of a tricky entry because we were kind of looking for a sell today. Overall trend is bearish, so not really looking to take any buys here, at least not yet, until we get a swing back to the upside. Liquidity right here just got hit. So 2 levels of liquidity here got hit if you guys are taking liquidity. So 43,719 and 43,693. Both of these levels here got hit. 2 things to look for here now that this liquidity's gotten hit. You can look for a liquidity grab and a swing back up, or you can look for price to break through it and push down to the next level of liquidity down here. So just something to look for. Hey, Freddie, morning. Hey, Maria, morning. And we'll kind of see where this ends up going from here. Yeah, but the overall direction was pretty much bearish for the day, so it'd be a little tricky to take the breakout for a buy. So obviously, we were looking for that sell signal here to close. Sell signal didn't close until the very last second. It looked like it was going to close over here, and then it looked like it was going to close right here, but it ended up not closing at those points. A huge order here, 50 contracts for a buy that just came in on the time and sales. Looks like price is trying to grab liquidity over here and then possibly swing back up. Looking over here at the looking over here at the market profile, looks like price might try to reach this lower point of control down here. Looking on the 1 minute, price is currently at this value high point. Again, I'm looking for rejections at these points. I mean, price is pretty far down. It's a bit overextended. The target price point for price to reach is going to be this point of control right here at 43,604. This is probably going to be the target area for price to push down to. Looks like it's grabbing liquidity. So it's currently at this lower liquidity point. Again, there's not really too many entries for me to look at here. There's going to be a possible NPSV2 setting up, but I think this is a tricky area to be trading in. Unless I have some sort of rejection here, then I'll look for an entry, but I don't see any upper, or we kind of do right here. We have price rejecting off the value low on the 30-minute, but this is tricky because you have rejections on both ends. You have a rejection off the value low. You also have a rejection off the point of control. I don't know about taking an NPSV2 here. Looks like price grab liquidity right here, this lower level liquidity. I'll leave the line there so that we have an idea of where that liquidity was grabbed. And then this might swing back up. I mean, there's two things that'll happen here. Price is either going to swing back up from this point, or it's going to confirm an NPSV2. Onto the clean chart here, we have some nice rejections. So this NPSV2 might be a good entry if you guys are looking to take it. I'm gonna have to analyze this a little further. It's a little tricky right now. Yeah, it's a little tricky because it's overextended, but we do have a lot of rejections from the upside. Yeah, so looking at this over here, we have a possible V1 variation setting up right here. This is going to be an NPSV2 if anybody is looking to take it. The only thing that I'm a little worried about is going to be the overextension here because price is overextended quite a bit. Looks like we're not going to get an NPSV2 here. If this candle closes red, it's going to be an NPSV2. We have a sell signal here, price push down, retracement. The red candle here will confirm the continuation to the downside. But I think this is going to be a little tricky. I'm probably going to hold off on this one here, guys. I'm gonna hold off on this. Well, it's not even coming up, so there's not going to be an entry here yet. We'll continue to follow it. Again, we're looking for a red candle. Yeah, CJ said if I do take this NPSV2, I need a new high to repaint. I agree. I need that new high first so that we can kind of identify the possible ceiling and then continuation to the downside. Price is pushing up right here. All right, so again, we have rejections on both ends. We have rejection at the value low, we have rejection at the value high, we have rejection at the point of control, we have rejection right here off the value low, and the value high. Rejection right here off volume. All right, at this point, I'm not going to be looking for any sells yet because the rejections here are starting to turn the other way. So at this point, we might get an NPSV2 to the upside. So no sell entries here right now. Price is pushing back up. The only problem is we have a red flag right here. So we get a buy signal. This invalidates the MPSV2. Price is now pushing up. We currently have a V1 engulfing down here. We have one confluence, so the liquidity grab happened down here. It's now swinging back to the upside. V1 and engulfing candle. We have a buy signal here. Price is pushing up. You can look for price to possibly push up, retrace, and continue up higher. The opening price is going to be right here. So we are going back to open as we speak. That's going to be the first target price point, right back to open right here. All right, so for some buys here, I'm going to be looking for some rejections off the lower end, of course. We do have some nice rejections right here off the value high and the point of control. Nothing here on the volume chart. You have a rejection right here off this whole number, 650. This is the SR chart. I mean, it's kind of messy right now, but for the most part, this is what we're looking at. All right. So we got price pushing up further. Just looking for these rejection points, just looking for these areas of confluence. So we have a rejection right here. Price is rejecting directly off the value low. Target price point is going to be the point of control up there. This is where price is likely to push back up to. 60 points away. We got a V1 variation setting up right here. So it looks like we're kind of in a rangy market. Well, it's establishing range right now. So if you guys look at initial balance, it's basically it's establishing the range right now. All right, so this is a possible MPSV2. We have a couple of rejections right here, rejection off pivot, rejection off sessions. The only problem is that we're going to be stuck here at opening price. I think this is going to be a tricky area to take entry. It's also touching the sessions right now, so this is going to be considered a red flag. If this candle does close green though, this is going to be an MPSV2 for a buy. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. I am going to do my analysis here, but I'm not going to be taking this specific trade because it is at a red flag. But I mean, it looks good for the most part. We have rejection of volume right here. Rejection off the whole number here, the 700. I just don't like how these candles are closing or how they're moving. So again, if the candle closes green, this is an MPSV2, which it did not close green, so there's no MPSV2 there. Again, this next candle, if it closes green, this is going to be an MPSV2, but like we said earlier, it's still a tricky place to take entry because this is considered a red flag for us. It's at the sessions. A lot of back and forth today. So we'll see if the sellers are back in control. Price is trying to push down from this point, which is completely fine. If we do get the sellers back in control here, we do have some nice confluences to the downside. I have a rejection off the value low right there. Another rejection off the value low right here. If price drops, any lower, possible rejection off the volume right there. Yeah, I don't like how these candles are moving very blocky. See how these candles are not very smooth? They'll come up a little bit, they'll shoot down for a little bit, shoot right back up. They're not like a smooth move. You're not getting a smooth push to the downside or a smooth push to the upside. You're getting these blocky candles where the candle will be green for a second and it'll turn red all of a sudden, and it'll turn back green, etc. But yeah, if price comes back down from this point, let me just measure from this high. I think the sellers are back in control, sort of. I need price to get this to this point right here. If the sellers don't get down to this point, then the buyers are still in control. Again, if this candle closes green, this is still going to be an MPSB2 entry. I'm not going to take it. Like I said, you can see how price is getting manipulated around this purple line. That's why the sessions are there. They're there for a specific reason, because this is typically where we see market manipulation. So basically, any of these dotted lines that go from left to right, it's an area of manipulation. I don't take trades around those points because I don't want to get caught up in a fake out. So there's an MPSB2 that is currently running right now, guys. This is an MPSB2 currently running in profit, but it is at the session. So obviously not a trade that I would take personally. I've adjusted my TP stop loss, guys, to do a 30-30 TP stop loss with a trailing stop at 20. So when I do take an entry, I'm going to be going for a 30-30. I'm not in this position, so I'm just going to take it off. I was just showing you that there was a possible entry there. But like I said, this is an area of manipulation, so I don't take trades around this area. But just a heads up, when I do take an entry, guys, I have my TP stop loss set to 30-30 for a 1-to-1, and then I have my trailing stop set at 20. So just something to keep an eye out for. You'll probably see my my TP stop loss get moved in profit very quickly. All right, so it looks like the sellers are back in control. This is kind of what I wanted anyways. Preferably, I'd like to take a sell here. We have price rejecting off the sessions right there. So we got some nice rejections here. We have price rejecting off the value low, price rejecting off the sessions, price rejecting off the value low over here as well, price rejecting off volume, price rejecting off the whole number here, 700. And price rejecting off resistance right here. So we have a lot of confluences, support, rejection off the resistance, rejection off the whole number, rejection off volume, rejection off value high on the 30-minute, rejection off the value low here on the 1-minute. So I'll be looking for a possible MPSB2 right here for a sell. We do have news coming up right here, so just, again, something to look out for. These candles are very unpredictable. Looks like it's price, price going to swing back up. So we had the sellers in control right here. Let's see if they hold control. If they don't hold control, price might swing right back up. But you guys can see here, it's pretty clear the big range that we're currently in right now, right? It's between this high point and this low point right here. There's going to be a new area of liquidity down here. Another area of liquidity right here. So just play it safe, guys. I mean, for right now, at least. Until, price comes back down. Siobhan said, Sean, towards the end, can you just quickly either screenshot or show me how you set the trailing stop in Ninja? I want to make sure it's correct. I got a custom template and a trailing stop to compare. So if you want to, you can take a screenshot of your screen right now, because the thing is, I can't take a screenshot of my laptop, and I can't really show you because it's on a different computer. This is a Mac. So this main screen right here, this is a Mac. I have a separate laptop for the for my Ninja. So if you want to take a screenshot of your template or your ATM setup, take a screenshot of it, post it in the chat, and I'll tell you like what settings I have for mine. Yeah, I know it's kind of annoying. I wish at some point in the future I might just get everything all as PC, but I have a Mac and then I have a PC for Ninja. So unfortunately, I'm not able to. I wish it was that easy where I can just like cross over, but I can't cross over like that. Sam said you took the sell. Nice work, Sam. So it looks like I'm assuming you took the sell rejection off the sessions right here, no? I agree with the sell because I'm looking for price to come back down. I'm just not ready to take it yet. I need price to come back down to below the momentum here for my NPS. But the analysis here and the markups here do line up. So the sell does look valid, of course. I'm just waiting for my confirmation here. Nice, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Sam locked in about 40 points already. Pretty solid. All right, Bush ball. I'll take a look at that shortly. Once we're done with this here. Just gonna wait for this here to come back down. Again, like I said, guys, I'm waiting for it to come back down, close below this black line. If it closes below the black line, that's gonna be an NPS V2. Otherwise, if we have a swing back to the upside, then our focus will be shifting the other way. There's no entry yet. We need price to come back down here. If we get a buy signal, then it resets the process, and we're going to be looking for a possible buy at that point. Tricky market today. I mean, it's very consolidated, heavy consolidation, heavy range. I mean, obviously you can see our price is just consolidating and ranging between this area. It's having trouble getting past the sessions right there. Again, another attempt, another failed attempt, actually. I'll be watching for this here to close below this black line. Again, we have 20 seconds left on this candle. It's got some time, so. Not really sure if this will come down yet. Again, another attempt to get past the sessions right here. So close past the sessions, no buy signal yet though. The buy signal is pending. Looks like I can possibly mark up, or I'll not mark it up yet. I'll wait for a little bit and then eventually I'll mark up the range if there is a range here. I mean, it's technically I can mark it up, but it's a small little consolidation range right here. I'll just mark that up for now to see, where it ends up going. But it looks like the sellers are no longer in control. Buyers are back in control right here from 643. All right, so we got the buyers back in control right here. Now let me just reset my analysis. Let's see if we can find some rejections off the bottom end. So I don't see any rejections off here off the bottom end on the market profile 1 minute. I do see a rejection over here on the 30-minute, of course. Like I said, the original target is going to be the point of control right here, which is that's where price is pushing at right now. So rejection off the bottom end here on the 30-minute off the value low. No rejections here off volume. Sort of rejection right here off the 700. Nothing here off the, I mean, I guess technically there's a rejection right here off the support now. Resistance turns support, and price is pushing into the point of control right there. Sam says he's looking for a 43,770.90 area for reaction. Okay. So Sam's looking for a reaction right here where price is currently at. Yeah, possible reaction to swing back down because we are at the point of control now. So like what Sam said, I'm looking for the same thing, possible rejection off the point of control, because that was the target, right? I said price is going to come down, bounce off this area, come back up here, and then possibly a reaction back down. Possibly. Or there's two things that may happen here. Either price is going to break through and then retest the value highs, or it's going to come back down and correct. So this is where the market profile comes in handy, right? In a ranging market. Market hasn't been ranging like this lately. For the past couple of days, it's been trending. So a lot of these levels and zones, they're not really relevant because price would just dump past them and continue dropping, right? But today is a ranging day. So see how price here is kind of going back, it bounces off the structures and it comes back to the point of control. And it just goes from structure to structure. So we'll kind of see what happens here. Like, what Sam said, it's going to be close to the sessions up here. So I don't think we're going to be able to take a MPSV2 right here. It's going to be way too close to everything above. Yeah, CJ said these candles have been quite unpredictable all week. It's going towards the sessions at the top. Yeah, I agree. It's not the best market. I mean, Monday was pretty solid. It came down pretty heavy, but other than that, super unpredictable. Yes, Monday was super trendy, trendy in one direction. Yesterday was kind of all over the place, but we did find some smooth entries when price did find its groove. And today we're in this big range. You can see how price kind of was consolidating right here, broke down, came back up, and now at this point, price is at the point of control. So we'll see where price goes from here. The thing with this is that the range is so tight. Like if you look at this here, I mean, the value high is only like 30 points away. The value low is like 30 points away, right? So it's tricky because it's like, how would you expect a range to be that tight? It just doesn't make sense for a range to be that tight on the 30-minute. So we'll just kind of play by ear. I'm not going to force anything here, of course. Like if you look at the range from yesterday, the range from yesterday was way wider. This is the point of control. This was the value low, 100 points. Basically a 100-point range right there. We're now at the value high. Price might bounce off this value high and come back down. Yeah, I mean, I'm not forcing anything here. I'm just waiting for, the market to show me something so that I can take a trade. So if we swing back to the downside here, which looks like we are going to. So it looks like your zone right here just got broken. Sam. All right, we'll see if the sellers are back in control. Liquidity over here got taken. So this liquidity is done with. This liquidity is done with. And we'll see if price comes back down from where it's currently at. I'm gonna take off this box right here, Sam, that you're looking for. Looks like a fake out. So it looks like a fake out and then possibly a correction back down. We do have news coming up in about 7 minutes, guys. So just keep that in mind. I'm probably not going to take any trades from now until then. I'm going to see how market reacts to the news event here at 7 o'clock. So we have a V1 setting up right here, V1 variation reversal pattern. The only problem is we have all of these sessions right here above. It's a tricky area to look for entries. Yeah, Patricia said we got news coming up. Yeah, we got news right now shortly. Prices rejecting off the sessions. CJ says he sees Kodi. Yeah, Cody's well, he was up there. He's now here right below me. He just wants to go on my lap. Right, Cody, put your check. Come on, I'll check. Here. Right, Cody. Nothing going on right now, guys. I'm probably gonna wait until news to pass. Let's see what we got. I mean, price is just gonna sit right. I don't think the price is gonna get past the sessions. I think it's just gonna sit around this area. I'm gonna just wait. While we wait for this, I'm gonna look for rejection. So if price does come back down, we do have a rejection off the value high right here, which is a good sign. We typically like to see that. Also, this 30-minute candle is going to close and we might see some adjustment of the value high and value low. So we got some nice rejections off the top end right here. Rejection off the value high on the 1 minute, rejection off the value high on the 30-minute. We have rejection off the point of control here for volume. We have rejection of the whole number right here, the 800. And we have rejection of resistance up here. So there's a lot of confluences here for a sell. The only problem is that we have news coming up, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to take any of these entries. Yeah, we got news coming up shortly. All right, let's take a look at Shavam's picture. So Shavam, so you would have this here. I would use the auto trail versus the break even. I mean, for this here, you would have a profit trigger at 20. And then, so if you wanted to have it at 20, you'd have this 20, you'd have this 20 right here. But I use the auto trail instead of the break even. Because what happens with the auto trail sometimes is that if you get an error, then you're screwed. It's not going to work. If the volatility is too high or if the volatility is too low, if this auto trigger doesn't, if you get an error on it, then it's not going to move up at all. So I'd prefer to use the auto trail right here, set it to one step. And I think I have it. Let me just go over here to the chat. I posted it here a long time ago, but it should still be here. There we go. Oh no, not that one. It's a couple months ago, I think, when I shared it. You know, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of mine and I'll just post it on the Discord. So let me go over here real quick. All right, shift. So I sent it over there in the Discord if you want to take a look at it. This is what mine looks like. So I have it set to auto trail step one. I have my stop loss to move to 1 point away. So right here, the profit trigger is when it reaches 21 points, my stop loss gets moved to 20 points. And then every time it moves up by 1 point, the stop loss gets moved up higher. So the reason I do this is because if there's an error on the first attempt, when it moves up 1 point, it's going to move it up again. So this will save your account if there's some sort of error. The error doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen sometimes. It mainly happens with like if you're copying a lot of accounts. If you're trading one account, this would be fine. But I'm trading like 60 accounts, so I need like, if one has an error, then if it moves up 1 point, it's going to keep moving up higher. So initially it'll move up to 20 points and then 21, 22, 23, 24, etc. And then until it reaches full TP of 30 points. So I would use the auto trail, because if there's an error on the first one, it'll just keep not resetting, but it'll keep enforcing the stop loss back up higher. Yeah, it's kind of tricky. I mean, it was confusing at first. I had to play around with it before I could figure out how it worked. And I realized that the auto trail actually works better for like a number of reasons. Mainly because I started getting those errors, and what would happen sometimes is it wouldn't move in profit, and then I would just be in the position still. All right, guys, so we have news right here. This huge candle came up off the new home sales at a 60-point candle right there. Data was negative. Freaking next killing me. Let's see. So looking at this right here, price is rejecting off the sessions. It's rejecting off liquidity too. Looks like it might have done a liquidity grab up here. I'm gonna leave that liquidity up there for now, but looks like it was a little bit of a liquidity grab. But price is really just stuck in a range right now. It's in a consolidation range right now. So not much to look at, not much to work with here. But this is kind of where price is currently at. So consolidating between this area right here with news. Again, we want to see how price reacts to the news. Hasn't reacted to it yet, but yeah, nothing's happened here. Obviously, we want to wait for price to break out of this area. Buyers have been in control since 643. If price pushes down lower, then we'll have the sellers in control. But at this very moment, buyers have been in control this whole time. Let's see if the MPS V2 actually came up. So the MPS 2, I mean, it'd be hard to tell because there's so many opportunities here for it to come up. But I wouldn't take trades in that area, basically in the sessions. I would have to wait for price to break above it and then continue climbing up higher. Kodi Kai right here on my feet. Maybe no space. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, Sam said only broke 1 minute structure, 5 minute 15 still sell, waiting for it to break in any direction. Another news event in 30 minutes. Yeah, we have gas stock change at 7:30. Happens every Wednesday. It doesn't usually have a big impact on the market, but I mean it might today based off like the news that I've been seeing with Trump. So we'll see. I mean, usually the news doesn't really affect it, but you know, with all tariffs and stuff, there's a lot of uncertainty with regard to oil prices and stuff like that moving forward. Let me see what they're forecasting. So they're forecasting it to be pretty negative. Um, from like last month. So here we go. Price went up, grabbed liquidity again, rejected off the sessions, but still stuck within the range here. Again, I wouldn't really take any trades up here, guys. If you guys want to take them, I mean, you can, but be careful. I'd wait for price to break out of this area and then push up here. Then I'll look for some entries up here. Not necessarily in this area of manipulation. Thing is, price has to break out of this area. So like you can get lucky and possibly get that push to the upside. But you know, like I was saying before, it's just a little tricky because you might not. You might get price up here, might fake out, come back down. There's too many things that can happen within this area. So here's one scenario. One scenario is price breaks above, climbs up higher. That's one scenario. Scenario two is price pushes up, bounces off the sessions, comes back down. Scenario number three is price just stays right here down the middle. So it is very tricky. All right, not much going on here. So again, we're just gonna wait. This price is still stuck within this range. Separate a second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, dogs are sick, so I had to go clean up their mess. Anyways, nothing's happened since. We're stuck here at the sessions, like I mentioned earlier. One of the scenarios is playing out. Like I said, price is either going to push above it and past it. It's either going to reject off this area, come back down, or it's going to consolidate and range within the sessions, which is more of the situation here. So we'll see here as price pushes up higher. I mean, buyers are still in control right here. It looks like they've been pushing price up since 643. Sellers never really pushed price down. There was no sell signals. We have price above. Just saw a big order coming right here. 100 contracts for a buy. So 100 contracts for a buy right there. A lot of sell orders trying to push price back down, but we'll see if the buyers continue to hold. CJ said price is looking like piano keys right now. I know, right? He's down here. Barack said looking for bearish momentum, then bullish momentum into liquidity and above the red flags. Yeah, I was looking for the same thing too. Shivam said negative data, but bullish push. Interesting is I see price coming down soon, maybe. Yeah, so that's the thing with the news event, guys. With the news event, sometimes it's like it'll give you negative news, but price will do the opposite. It's like you just have to look at the reaction to the news. You don't necessarily have to see price go in that direction, but you have to see how it reacts to it. Because sometimes it'll just fake out, like what Shivam said, might push up, fake out, stop out the sellers, and then come back down and stop out the buyers. It's a common thing that happens when news events are released, especially when they're high impact. So, I mean, this was expected to be negative anyways. For me, it was expected to be negative because the housing market's usually kind of slow during the winter months. That was from January. Yeah, Aiden said there was a V1 off another V1 area. Yeah, a bunch of V1s right here. Rejecting off the same point. Just a little tricky. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't really take any trades within this area because of the consolidation. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking now for a retracement. So I need to see the sellers kind of come back into control a little bit and then swing back up. Obviously a little later. Yeah. Step away real quick. Guy's nasty. Clean up Kai real quick. All right, guys, I'm back. So there's nothing going on here yet. I mean, the buyers are still in control, like I said earlier. Let's see if the sellers actually push price far enough. No. So typically, in order for me to have the sellers back in control, I need price to push down at least like 50 points. 50 points is the threshold for me. In order to identify the seller's back in control, which obviously we don't have here. Price is pushing back up higher. Let me go check real quick. I just kind of want to see if there's any rejections. So we got price way above past the value high here. So price is definitely overextended from where it's currently at. Looking over here on the 30-minute, again, right here, price rejected off the point of control. It's very high. Nothing here on the volume chart. Looking at the whole numbers, we do have a rejection right here off the 850. And we do have rejection right here off the resistance now support. We're in pretty open space here. There's not really much, there's no support resistance above this area in the 1 hour. We're pretty far out, so there isn't much structure here with regards to support and resistance. I mean, price might just consolidate here. You can see here, price is consolidating a little bit sideways. It's got a big order for 50 contracts for a buy that just came in. So that might be the push to the upside that we were waiting for. Another 50 contracts just got put in for a buy. So a total of about 100 contracts, single orders, and then a bunch of smaller contracts coming in as well. So there's obviously someone in the market trying to push price to the upside. Let me check real quick from all the big orders. Yeah, so over the past, not even that long, maybe the past 20 minutes, we've had some really big buy orders come in. So there's a player in the market who's trying to push price up pretty heavily. Let's see, at 7:09, we had 25 contracts, one fat order come in. At 7:12, we had 100 contracts for buys come in. At 7:18, we had another 100 contracts. We had two fat orders of like two block orders of 50 contracts. So 50 contracts at 7:18, 19 seconds, and another block order at 7:18, 27. So there's obviously someone in the market who's trying to push price to the upside. It just doesn't have that push behind, like it doesn't have enough oomph behind it. I mean, that's a lot of contracts that came in within the past. Well, it's been a while. So from right here, from this big candle right here up until here, we had basically 50 contracts come in right here, and then another 200 to 300 contracts come in right here. So ideally, I do think price will continue pushing up a little further, but we'll see. Yeah, PC said could be stop orders. Yeah, that's true. It could be stop orders as well. So whether they're stop orders or they're new orders coming in, we'll kind of see. PC said market has been sideways the last couple of days. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, on Monday, the market was super directional. Yesterday, market was sideways. I agree with you. But yeah, it's been kind of a tricky market. Like every day is not the same. Like we don't have like a trending week or a ranging week. It's like one day's trending super hard, and then we have a bunch of ranging days. So it's a little tricky to see what is going on here. But yeah, like what PC said, they could have been stop orders. Let me check actually what price was that at. So 43894. 43894. Oh, that's weird. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, I think it was a stop order. So looking over here at the price, it does look like a stop order that I'm trying to see like why their stop was in that area though. Price hasn't been up here in a long time. Now let's go on the higher time frame. Okay, so I guess they placed their stop order from here, so they probably entered the sells from this point. This was last Friday. Probably entered the sells around this area. I can see that. So those big orders came in at 494 and at 884. I don't know. Looking at like how these are spaced out, I don't know if they were stop orders or if they were. I mean, it could be stop orders or it could be people just starting to load up right here. Because the thing is, there was a bunch of orders that came in. Like the other big orders came in. Let's see, at 43,869. I'm just trying to figure out like where all these big. Another big order right there. So I don't know if these are actually stop orders. I think they're stacking. Let's see. 869. Yeah, no, the way that these are set up, I mean, it looks like they're stacking orders here. Like they pushed in 100 contracts right here, then they pushed in 50 contracts right here, and another 50 contracts. So they just put a couple block orders right here. They could be stop orders, but I mean, it's looking at this big green candle right here. It looks like they're trying to set up for a bigger move. So they're setting. I think this is going to start to set up as a support level, possibly. So they're basically establishing their position right here. There's two things. It's either like PC said, it could be stop orders, or they can be establishing their position right here. So this might be considered, this is going to be an area to look out for. If price does not come back below here, then I think this is going to be a start of a pretty strong bullish push from here. So we'll have to see. We'll just have to wait and see what happens here. But these are where all the big orders came in. 100 contracts came in right here, 50 contracts, and another 50 contracts. The only thing that I'm like kind of worried about is as this being the let me just extend this out to the left. Kind of want to see like where, like why did they put the stop loss there if it was. The only place I could see was this area on Friday. Obviously wouldn't be any place before that. So I mean it could be. This could be a stop area, this could have been the swing high. They entered a sell here and then their stop loss was like right there above this swing, or I mean like right at the range, I guess. But who knows? I mean, I guess we'll kind of just play by ear and we'll see what happens with this area right here. I mean, it's good confidence to have. Yeah, CJ said it's about to hit that higher level liquidity. Yeah, I think they're stacking orders towards the higher liquidity based on how the daily candle is moving. Gotcha. Yeah, I can kind of see that too. I mean, now that I have the zone marked up here, it looks like it's going to be a break and retest of the area. Again, you just want to pay attention to this area here because this area is going to kind of point towards, it's going to give you a hint of like what's going to happen next. If it comes below it, then, this area hasn't really been established. But this is the sell signal we were waiting for. So I want that sell signal to come up, and then I want price to push back up higher. Because the thing is, we can't take any more entries until we have that sell signal, right? At least not for me personally. And there's a V1 setting up right here if anybody's looking to take that, but I don't know. It's a little tricky. I don't have enough confluences here for me to want to take that V1. I got rejection off the point of control here off the 30-minute. I don't have anything here on volume. There was a rejection right here off the hold number 850, but this was a long time ago. Yeah, there's not enough confluences for me here, but there is a V1 and an engulfing candle here. So if you guys want to take this as a V1 variation, I mean, quite possibly you can maybe go for this here. Let's see, Sam said 43, 846, 1 and 5, both bullish until 43,900. Target is 49.60. So it looks like Sam's here. He's in here for a buy. We do have news coming up here in about 3 minutes. I'll probably wait for the news to pass. Gas stock change. It's all forecasted to be negative. So I mean, it's pretty much all negative news for today, but we still have price pushing up pretty strong. Another big contract order right there, 50 contracts at 43,919. Yeah, I don't think these are stop orders, PC. I think they're stacking. Or I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong, right? Maybe let me go over here real quick. Let's go back to that 10-minute and kind of see where if this is above that area. Okay, so I mean, there's still a possibility that these are stop orders because all these orders are happening around this range right here. But I mean, it doesn't really matter to us, right? We just have an idea of like, okay, that's probably what's happening here. All the orders that are getting filled here, these big contracts are within this little area right here where price is ranging. So we got one right there, right there, right there, and another one right there. But it's okay because we're using this as a confluence basically to identify if like, you know, because it still hasn't broken below. So we're just using this as confluence zone. I mean, this whole area might just be a range now. It's tricky. We got the news coming up right here. We'll see how market reacts to it. Still no sell signal. Rock, use V1 spot them or set an alert for the V1 to notify you so we can check them out. I'm gonna save this message you put, and then I'll try to take a look at it. This notes. Yeah. Now let's take a look at the volume profile or market profile, I guess, on Friday. All right, so Friday was over here. Yeah, so it looks like price is at the point of control from Friday. And there's this black line right here. So it's at the point of control. The value high from that day or the value low is right here at 13. It was like pretty low. And the value high was up here. Actually, no, sorry, it was right here. Oh, this is Monday. Yeah, so the area that we're looking at or where price is currently at right now is at the value high from that point. Or not, sorry, not value high, it's the point of control. So this is where all the volume was sitting last Friday, basically. Price again. So here we go again, guys. Price projected off. It didn't close below it. It's respecting this area pretty nicely. I'm just trying to figure out like what we got coming, but we still haven't gotten that sell signal. So I mean, it's gonna be tough to take any entries around this point here. So we got news right here. It pushed price up a little bit. Let me check the news. News hasn't loaded yet. Yeah, the news hasn't loaded yet. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it loads, sometimes it doesn't. Earlier we had like a few of the news events here that were loaded. Let me go to forex factory. Okay, so it was actually positive. Looking at the crude oil inventories, it was positive. Still stuck within this area. I mean, price is basically ranging between where all the buy orders came in. So we had some big buy orders coming from down here, another big buy order over here, but other than that, nothing's really happened. We really just need that sell signal um, to confirm retracement or of some sort. Let me measure from this area here. Okay, I guess I can say the sellers came back in control here for a little bit, not really in control, but this was the retracement that we were looking for. And then the buyers almost, we could possibly say the buyers are back from here. There's just nothing going on at this point, guys. I mean, it's this today's market is not um what I was hoping for. I was hoping for there to be more movement and direction, but it's just not looking like it. It looks like yeah, I was hoping to get something in today. 7:34. Okay, so we still got 30 minutes. I'm not gonna become a Debbie Downer right now. We still have opportunity and time here to get into something. It's just there's not really much here. Okay, so we have the sell signal coming up. I'm probably not going to care about the zone anymore once price closes below it. So I'm just going to clean this up. I was just kind of curious to see where all the buy orders came in from. Yeah, let me just clean this up. So price basically came up, grabbed liquidity over here, and then it came back down. I was hoping the sell signal would have closed right there so that we can get it, get something going here. But again, we've had a pending sell signal for a while. I'm going to draw a range here now because it was ranging here for some time. So this area of consolidation is it's of relevance. Yeah, so it is of relevance right here. All right. Again, we're just waiting for the sell signal to close, guys. Once we get that sell signal to close, then perfect. We can start looking for some sort of movement or direction in a certain area. Again, I have the sellers back in control here. The buyers never really came to control here. Um, I'm not going to put the buyers in control here at all because they never came back in control. The sellers have been pushing down from this area here. Brock, let's see. Yeah, just let me know, Brock. I'm gonna put the let me see if I can put that. I'm gonna read your message again real quick. Market moves down, big candle, another candle forms, takes the low, a bearish candle, but closes within the body, wicks out, high wickage. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I can see that working. I know what you're talking about. It's basically like, correction from the big candle. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. All right, so price is back in the range. We never got that sell signal. Let me see the NPSV2 that came up earlier. So we had a buy signal come up here. I don't think this will play through. Yeah, price is ranging a little too hard right there. And it was at the red flag. So we haven't had an NPS2 come up at all today yet. The thing is, this happens sometimes, guys. Sometimes this is the case where we just don't have anything that comes up. I mean, unfortunately, it's just like it's just the type of market that we're currently in right now. So looking at this here, market opened up. We had a sell signal. No NPSV2 came up here. We had a buy signal. Price pushed up. There was an NPSV2, but it was like in this whole area of sessions. And then we haven't had another momentum signal since. So the last momentum signal came up right here at 6:48. We're almost an hour in from that point, and no sell signal. So I mean, this is just one of those days in the market where you have some consolidation, push up, consolidation, push up, consolidation. So it's probably going to push out of this area at some point and go back into consolidation. Like the sell signal might close and then go right back into consolidation. But the sellers are they are and they have been in control since 722 right here. I don't see anything over here on the market profile. We do have a V1 that's starting to set up right here. It's rejecting directly off the point of control. Other than that, we don't really have much else. We have price rejecting off the whole number here in the 900. And that looks like it's about it. That sell signal right there is again having trouble closing. And Kodi Kai's more to this market. I know they're both unamused. All right, so we finally got the sell signal there, guys. It took us only an hour to get there, but we do have finally the sell signal here. The sellers are still in control. We have a V1 right there. The only problem again right here, guys, is that we're going to be cutting into the session. So it's going to be tricky. We'll be cutting into the sessions right here. Let's take a look at the overall trend, if anything has shifted at all. So the 4-hour over here is still bearish. The 1 hour is neutral. 30-minute is bullish. 10-minute is bullish. 5 minutes bullish. 1 minute bullish. So we got a bit of a mix here. The lower time frames up until the 1 hour is all bullish. Well, sorry, not the 1 hour, 30-minute. So 1 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, all bullish here. 1 hour is neutral, and the 4-hour is still bearish. So we might have a shift back to the upside here. Ideally, that's kind of what I'm looking for, because I don't want to be caught in these sessions down here, but I mean, we'll have to just kind of wait and see, I guess. Looking at this here, so if this is the case and price pushes up higher, we actually have some nice rejections off the bottom end. So looking over here on the 30-minute, we have a bottom rejection off the point of control, so that's a good sign. Looking over here on the 1 minute, so 30-minute, we have a rejection off the point of control. 1 minute, we have nothing. Volume profile, we don't have anything here. We really don't have much, actually. Even on the clean chart, we don't have any bottom rejections. So there's not enough confluences here, at least not yet. We might have to just give it some time for it to push up. Eventually, hopefully, we'll get some rejections. So again, right here, we have a rejection off the pivot. but I mean, these candles are pretty flat. Got that buy signal right there pending. The ATR is currently at 25. So the market's not dead. There's movement in the market. It's just going back and forth. So, I mean, looking at this here, I mean, the ATR is still at 25. So we have volatility. There's just not any direction. It's going back and forth, back and forth. The weird thing is that like those buy orders from earlier didn't really do anything. Even if they were stop orders, they should have, there should have been some volatility behind it. And I guess there is volatility here, but it's not very much. If you measure the range here, the range is actually really tight. It's about a 50-point range. Yeah, CJ said it's stuck on 888. Brock, what does that mean? Money. Money, money, money. CJ said, I want to bounce off the sessions and we get a new bullish momentum followed by an MPS2 that hits TP quickly with no drawdown. Yeah. Best case scenario, that's what I'd be looking for. Let's see. Shabam was asking if the breakout hit. No, the breakout didn't hit today. We had that big dump. I mean, we had this big initial dump right here on open, and then it ended up going to where it needed to go. So unfortunately, like it got stopped out and then it pushed all the way back up right there. The thing is, we initially were looking for a sell though, because we had a pending sell signal. So before market opened right here, we had there's pending sell signals from here, here, here. It didn't close until like the last candle here. So unfortunately that didn't count. But if we were technically looking for a sell. Reason for that was because the trend was bearish before market opened. So, I mean, if it was a sell, it looks like it would have probably hit 100 points. Yeah. It would have hit the TP and then it would have went all the way up. So yeah, I mean that's why for me personally, I don't like the breakout because you don't really have much of a say with regards to analysis prior. You kind of have to just go off the momentum signal, and sometimes those momentum signals are not going to be valid. Like they're going to be, they're going to be kind of choppy. All right, guys, looks like we have the buyers back in control over here. From looks like this point. Sellers kind of push price down a little bit, then we have buyers back in control. Let me do a quick analysis to see if we have any confluences from the bottom end. So rejecting off the point of control, nothing on volume, nothing on clean chart. It's kind of tricky. I don't know about this entry here. If you guys want to take it, I mean, feel free to take it. I'll probably mark it up for you guys. This is going to be an MPSV2 if it closes above this black line. The thing is, I don't have enough confluences here really to like make me want to take this entry. The only thing I have here is a 30-minute point of control rejection, but it's not very strong. Even if it does push up from here, the next target is going to be, I mean, it's not even a real target. It's going to be the value high. So if you guys want to take this, I'll mark it up for you guys again. It has to close above the black line. I'm not going to take it. It's too close. Yeah, it just doesn't look like a good entry because price is stuck within the range right here. So no entry yet. Again, if it closes above this black line, this will be possible opportunity for entry for an MPS V2. Again, there's just not enough confluences here for me. Like this 30-minute rejection is not enough for me to want to take the entry. I would have to see multiple confluences here for me to want to take that because it's just such a risky entry. Like I would need to see some sort of rejection off like the whole number down here, maybe 900. There's no confluences for me there. So we'll kind of see where this ends up going. The setup, Sean, sell the green candle low. Gotcha. Okay, Brock. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. It's basically the correction off like the big candle. When you see I've tried a strategy like that and it does work to some extent, but um I've tested something similar to that. The problem with this here is that it usually only retraces to like the halfway mark and then it comes back up. Or what happens sometimes, it'll fill the candle and then it'll go right back up. But I get what you're saying. It's like whenever you have a big candle like this. So like for example, right here, this is kind of the same thing, right? Price comes down, but then it would come back up and stop you out. In a directional market, like so like on open over here, right? This is like something that I would say would be good. Like price comes down and then it comes up. But then right here, you get screwed too, Brock. See how this big candle happened right here? It would fill your order right there and it would come back down. It probably wouldn't stop you out, but then you'd be like pretty massive in drawdown. Like a 70-point drawdown right there. So I know it's tricky because if you want to put your stop loss at the size of the candle, and it's a huge candle, the huge candle is like, 50 points or something like that. So I've tried something similar to that. It's just sometimes you get candles that are like they're just way too big. Like sometimes you'll get like a 100-point candle, sometimes like a 200-point candle in a sense. Um, yeah, like you said, it has to be a swing, or it has to be at a swing. Yeah, but you can tell. I'll look at it, but you can keep testing it to see if it works. It's something I've tested before and it just never worked for me. So I'll keep looking at it. Maybe your criteria is a little different, but I've looked at that. Like I try to create an indicator to identify these abnormal candles, and then I try to see like market reactions to them, right? But they have to be like very abnormal. Like they can't be like all the candles here are big. So like even the one that you just mentioned right here, Barack, I feel like this would be irrelevant, right? Because it's not really a big candle. This is a normal candle because there's like how many candles here that are the same size, right? Like you have to have a bunch of small candles and then one big candle. That's how my strategy was applied before. Like you'd have to have some sort of consolidation and then one big candle. You can't have like, oh, like where we're currently at right now, where every candle is big, right? Because it just then you wouldn't know which one to focus on. Like, do you focus on this one? Do you focus on this one? Do you focus on this one? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles here that are pretty much the same. CJ said, yeah, exactly. So like what CJ just mentioned right now, it's like the consolidation variation strategy, very similar to that. The only thing with that is that I think the consolidation variation is actually better because you're basing it off a V1. So this would be a consolidation variation right here, Barack. I don't know if you're familiar with that strategy, but that one actually, that one is actually a good one. So it's similar to yours, but it's based off of V1. So this big candle right here, if you have a V1 variation like right here, and it's smaller, this would be consolidation variation entry that we would typically take. Yeah. So this is the same exact entry that we would take there. It's called consolidation variation. Yeah, we have a strategy for that already. Brock, it's called consolidation variation. It's basically a V1, but it's based off of a V1 pattern, which could work because we have the reversal indicator now. So, I didn't even think about that. Thanks for mentioning that, CJ, because it was kind of hard to identify before because we didn't have the indicator, but now we do have the indicator, so it helps a lot that we can see when the V1s come up. Because there's one right here too. So there's another view consolidation variation right here. One right there. They both hit. All right, Cody, come here. What do you want us to get closer to the screen? Seems like what's going on? Yeah, she wants to make sure he doesn't press and fire so and I keep his fingers away from his paws away from the mouse. He's done that before. Yeah, obviously yellow for the treats. All right, so we don't have any V1 variations or any MPS coming up right now, guys. I mean, we're still stuck in this range, so like nothing has happened since. Yeah, chill. Oh, yeah, chill. Okay. Back it down. All right, buddy. All right, thanks for cleaning me. I'm live right now. All right. Let's see. There's nothing here. Let's go back to the confluences. So again, we have a rejection right here off the value high. This is a good rejection. So on the 30-minute, this is a good rejection. We can possibly see a push to the upside at some point in the future, but not right now. Okay, so we have a rejection right here off the whole number, the 900. We got two nice confluences. Right, Cody? All right, you gotta move your head. Head's in the way. Come on, Cody. This dude knows I'm leaving, that's why. This dude just wants to hang out all day because he knows I'm going to be leaving for my trip tonight. All right, so we have a buy signal here that's pending. This could possibly set up for an MPSV2. I actually like this setup right here because we have some nice projections off the bottom side. All right, you gotta go down. I'll give you, let's go. I'll be right back, guys. 1 second. We can give this guy a treat so he can get off me. All right, get a treat. Come on. And the sell signal did not close. So unfortunately, the setup did not play through, or it didn't, there's no setup yet. Price again is pulling back into the range. Again, we're just gonna wait. 7:54 right now. So I mean, as we get closer and closer to 8 o'clock, I might not look for any entries here. The thing with trading at 8 o'clock, guys, so I looked at the charts yesterday. Yesterday's a good example of like not to trade after 8 o'clock. Because I saw that there was a lot of entries that came up and they lost. I was like, I think 2 or 3 that lost, and then once it got to 8:30, the trade started hitting. So, see, let me just show you guys real quick. And this just goes from my stats, right? Because I've done the data behind this, and I know that the strategy typically doesn't work very well after 8 o'clock. So, here's 8 o'clock right here, right? 8 o'clock happened right here. Price came down. MPSV2. So this one actually would have hit. This was like the first one, but this one over here is where it started to lose. So like right here, buy signal, push back up. That would have been a loss. Another one right here, price pushed up, pushed back down. So they don't necessarily all lose, but see this one over here would have been another loss, looks like. So win, loss, loss. Another one right here, no entry, no entry. And then right here it starts to work again. So I think the period between 8 o'clock and like 8:30 is like not a good time to take entries, but then after it starts to hit again, right? So like if you guys want to keep trading, I probably would take a little break between like 8 and 8:30. I mean, this one over here did hit around like 8:10, but then over here 2 losses. So like one win, 2 losses, and then a win right here. And then again, it starts to work again. But there's a reason why I stopped trading at 8 o'clock because that's typically where I start to lose trades and whatnot. So there's actually an NPSV2 that's currently running right now for a sell. It just came up. It's not one that I would take because I don't think there's any confluences for me to want to take there. Here, let's just go and take a look real quick at the confluences. Yeah, there's just no rejections off the top end. No rejections here off the 30-minute. No rejections off the volume profile. No rejections off the clean chart. And no rejections off the SR. So there is a sell currently running right now. It's not a good one, but it is a sell running. So we had a sell momentum here, price pushed up, came back down, closed right here on this specific candle. But again, like I said, it's not the type of entry that I want to take. Also, the ATR is, the ATR is pretty decent, but the market volume right here from the candles are like kind of slow. But there's not really, if price does come down lower, it's probably gonna come down and retest the range, which will probably give it opportunity for it to hit TP. But it's not a trade that I personally would have been wanting to take for the most part. Yeah, thanks, Sam. Sam said, love your dog, Sean. Okay, done. Waiting 10 more minutes. Not a bad day, 75 points. Planning to take MPS V2, but looks like no luck. Yeah, so the MPS V2 here is hitting, or it's aiming for the area. The only problem, again, like I said earlier, is that there just was not enough confluences for me to want to take the entry. It's pretty much just coming back into the range. Rejecting off the news price from earlier. It's going back to that lower end. And it hit 20 points right there. So, if you wanted to take that riskier entry, you could have, but like I said, I'm not personally looking to take anything here risky. I want to take something that I know for sure is going to hit, and there just was no confluences there for a sell. It was at the point of control, but it wasn't exactly where I would have wanted it to have been. It's like that's it. All right, we got price pushing back up over here. So TP right there. We have the buy signal closing right here. Rejection out the point of control. Nothing on the 1 minute. Nothing on the volume profile. Nothing here yet on the clean chart, but it could reject off the 900 right there.
On me?
Yeah. All right, we finally got that buy signal, but nothing else right now. Yeah, we're starting to get some big candles, but they're still stuck within the range here. So I think I might be done trading, guys. I don't really see anything else happening here. We had a buy signal push up. I was hoping we get a push higher from here and possibly look for MPS V2 in that direction, but it's just stuck within this range. Yeah, Sam said, Sean, all good. Like that you were real, honest, and teaching patience. Wanted to scalp 43, 745, but too late. I know it's 8 o'clock now, so there's a couple different factors here that are kind of pointing me towards not wanting to trade. For one, it's 8 o'clock. For two, it is stuck in this range. And for three, there's just, I mean, the volatility is starting to pick up. So like, I mean, maybe there might be something that may come up from now until like, 8:30, but I think this is probably best. At this point, I think you're going to try to force a trade. If you're waiting to trade after 8 o'clock and you just really want to take that trade, I think at this point, you might be you're going to fall into a trade at this point because I think the first thing that you guys see, if you see anything that looks even remotely good, you might try to force that trade and that trade is probably going to stop you out. It's just how the market is, you have to understand your edge. And right now I just don't have an edge in the market because damn, it's crazy. This range has been going for it's almost an hour range right here. 52 minutes. So 52-minute range. Again, I didn't take any trades today, so I'm basically at break even for the week. Not exactly where I wanted to close this week out, but it's all good. I mean, I'll take the break even. Had one win, one loss. And yeah, there's just not much else here. But all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Just another reminder, guys, I'm not going to be live for the rest of the week. I'm going to try to be live tomorrow. Again, if you guys want to be trading with me tomorrow, I'll be on the Discord. So just make sure you're on the Discord. I'll probably be in the team chat. So I'll be sending screenshots. I'm going to try to go live. If I can't go live, then I'll just be on the chat and I'll be sending screenshots of like my markups and stuff like that. I'm going to be on an airplane. So I'll be flying out to the Dominican Republic tonight and I'll be on the red eye. So I'll be like in the air during market open tomorrow. So I'll probably be around on the Discord. I'll for sure probably be on the Discord. I won't be, I'll try to get on the live, but I don't know how the internet connection is on the plane. It's just yeah, I don't know how. I've never used streaming services or like try to live stream on a plane. So I don't know if the internet's fast enough. But I will be probably on the Discord. I'm gonna be bored, so I'll be on the Discord talking to you guys and looking at entries. It's a pretty long flight. I think it's like a 14-hour flight, so I'm gonna be bored. So I'll be on the live with you guys, and then we'll try to look for some entries. I'm probably not gonna trade because I'm not gonna take my Ninja Trader laptop. I'm just gonna take my MacBook, and I'll do analysis, and I'll kind of just send screenshots to you guys with what we got there. But yeah, so no live session tomorrow, most likely. Definitely no live session on Friday. And then I'm gonna try to get live with you guys on Monday. I'll be flying back on Monday. So Monday morning, I'll try to get on live with you guys for a little bit and then fly back home. Yeah. So Sam said maybe just do a voice on Discord. I'll try to do that. Yeah. I'll try to do whatever I can because I'm gonna be on the plane anyway, so might as well get some chart time in while I'm there. But all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, message me on Discord. Otherwise, have a great weekend if I don't see or talk to you guys tomorrow. And I'll try to be back on live on Monday. But we'll be back to our regular schedule on Tuesday. So I'll be back home on Tuesday, be back in my office, and then we'll be back to I think it's gonna be March next week. Yeah, so February's done, guys. If you guys looked at my stats, so I posted my stats the other day, yesterday. Here are my stats for the month so far. So for the month so far, I'm currently up 75,970. So I'm going to close out this month with this much profit for the month. For this week, I'm at break even. I have a little bit of a loss here. The loss is because of the fees and commissions. I have like 60 accounts. So you think about like a couple $100 per account. I'm red because of the fees and commissions. But yeah, other than that, we're pretty much green otherwise. So green all month except for this week, which is okay. It's just one of those weeks where just gotta take a bullet and move on to next month. So all right, guys, I'll see you guys back here on Tuesday for sure. And I'll try to see you guys here on Monday and maybe tomorrow if I can get some internet connection on the airplane. So